Probably when you were a baby, Jeff. Maybe you and Jane both were little when I
You're
was.
gonna make us feel old.
I don't know if I was alive.
You were.
It's 1:30. Just cut out this foolishness.
All right. On the more serious matters.
Yeah, this drainage board meeting is called to order. Have you read your minutes of the meeting? Yep. Any additions or corrections?
I'll second that.
A motion by Dale, second by Tracy to approve the minutes of the March 18 meeting. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
3 ayes. We got any old business to pick up? You would think with the, now, I'm sure we've all had calls about with the recent rains that, and I know Bill has too, but I don't think anything has come up that the drainage board needs to concern itself with right now. Do you, Bill?
Not that I know of.
Do you want to tell them about what you've encountered out on 450 East?
Oh, yeah, the whole east side of the can starting to collapse. And might just shut down half the road. So yeah, I've got cans ordered, probably will be in for about 3 weeks to replace it. It's deep. I mean, the thing is that if they're down there and it's a deep creek. So we'll have to have, well, 2 6-footers, 100 feet long in order to, and it's going to be about 6, 7 feet below the road surface down in there. So hopefully get my cans and get on it. That's a mess.
You do think we can get that done this summer?
Oh yeah, as soon as cans comes in, Mike will get on it. Because I think we're not going to do Alpine Road until either this fall or next spring. Because this is going to take a while to get this done. I mean, it's deep. It's going to take a while to, well, it's like the one down on 150. You know, that's almost a 3-week. This is going to take a lot longer. It's quite a job. I mean, size, can, you know, amount of work, and yeah. So yeah, it'll be done. You know, hopefully, if the cans come in by the 1st of May, I would hope by June, 1st of June sometime, or middle of June, we have it done, which will depend on how quick he gets on it from once everything arrives. Yep. Now, I thought the Cards might be here. They own, he was married to one of the Lukey girls. They own the property down by Ziegler Road where it goes off 121. They live in that house, the older house back there, you know, where the Cards live. And here I got a picture of Ziegler Road. They was, you know, that big giant can. See, this is their field, and then that's their driveway, goes back to that white house. That's Ziegler's 121. And that big can that sits there, that on our property, on the county's property, you can kind of see it under the, where it says 107. You see the big giant, it's an old tank car sitting there. You guys probably seen it.
It's been there for a long time.
Yeah. What they said was, when Beatty's Construction built that, Beatty's put that in there for them to get in their field, and then told them they could have that can when it was all done, because there was such a mess down here where they had their entrance off of 121. They couldn't get back there. So I asked Goben about it, and he said, yeah, he said that's what Beatty's did. They put it in for them, and the county had no agreement. He had no agreement with them. It's going to be our can after the fact. So Beatty's paid for it, and they told the Cards that they could have it once everything's said and done, and they would like to use it in somewhere else on the farm. And they would take, I guess his son must do something, has to be able to transport it, but they both came in about 3 weeks ago. I told them, come to the drainage board meeting and, you know, bring it up and stuff, but I was gonna go ahead in case they contact, maybe they forgot. I wrote it down for them and everything, but something that came up, they maybe couldn't have came today. But they was wanting that can which, like I said, even Jerry said, yeah, it wasn't the county's. He said Beatty's put it in for them, and the Beatty's told them it was theirs, and Beatty's ain't gonna come back in. It's been there for 20 years. So, so I didn't know if you guys want to give permission, if I talk to them, that they want to haul that thing out of there. I think Jay took it out because it was starting to clog up, getting a lot of debris and stuff, and just laying it up on the embankment, what, 4 or 5 years ago? Remember that? So they were gonna be, and those trees on the, yeah, I guess we must have a fence in there. They were kind of saying all these trees are starting to grow and kind of over the property line, but I mean, I don't think the county could do anything about trimming those trees back to protect their, you know, their, I don't know what's in there, if that's a regular hay field or if that's a regular crop field. I don't know what they plant, but they was also asking about that. You can see there on the north side, those trees kind of hang over. He said there's a lot of big trees anymore, and they block out a lot of their field there, which I don't think too much because east to west. I mean, obviously, you know, that's on the south side. But anyway, they was asking about that.
So this,
And I'm wondering too, he's mentioned that, see, there's a cross culvert that comes across here and goes into the big creek. I'm wondering, he talks like there's a lot of water that goes that way and gets in their front field here. I'm wondering if it could need ditch, the highway department could ditch it a little bit and get more water in that cross culvert to go across. I don't know. I was hoping Chris would be here. Because he says there, when you get to heavy, because it'd been a good time to, after that rain the last couple of weeks, how much water got in this thing. But I think that's probably what's causing it, because I'm sure that water comes down here. A lot of it's supposed to go in and go to the creek and then down the river. But some of it's going to bypass anyway. But when you drive by, I didn't get out and look, but you can see there's not a lot of ditch left in there over whatever 20 years of silt and everything else. So then I may have Chris take a look at it and see if they can do a little ditching and try to get more of that water in that cross culvert. Because I guess a lot of that goes around the corner and then it sits out in that field of his. But that was just some of the concerns he had. But I told him that about the meeting, said, but something that came up, and they didn't show up. But
I think maintaining that ditch is about all we could do.
yeah, as far as the trees, I mean, we ain't got nobody that's gonna go in there. I mean, technically, can the property owner, as long as, I mean, they're hanging over their property, can trim them as long as they don't kill them. I mean, I always thought that was kind of a, you know, they wanted to hire somebody to go up in there, and I doubt if anything's
From
worth
the
anything.
ground up to the sky.
Yeah.
Straight line, so yeah,
Yeah.
anything that's crossing over on their property, they have the right to.
Yeah, I'll tell them that when I talk to them. I said, you guys are welcome to do that, you know. But then, yeah, maybe I can have Chris take a look at that and see if he can get more of that water over to the creek where it's supposed to be.
Yeah, now on the east side of 121 there, it's been 2 or 3 years ago, we had to clean all that concrete box
Yeah.
culvert out,
Yeah,
and that was a tough job.
yeah, trying to reach down that far and get it out and then get it out of that big box culvert. I think how we usually always did it in the past, mainly dig a pit, and then when a big rain comes, it would just wash it out, fill back in the pit. Yeah, that's how we usually always handle that.
Ah,
Yeah, that's why that pit's kind of deep on that side when it's, yeah, just dig it.
yeah,
And then once you got a big rain, all that gravel and stuff is gonna wash right into it.
sweeps it out.
Yeah. But I mean, no, I mean, if he calls me, if I, or something, when we tell him, have at the can. I mean, because like I said, Jerry said, we have no rights, to, you know, it wasn't for us, it was no agreement with Beatty's on that can. He said, they told Cards it was theirs after, you know, they put it in for them. I mean, I don't have no use for it.
I think Jay, when he took that out, give a can to the school.
Did he?
Because the school called us about putting the driveway in and told us to figure on using that can.
Oh. Maybe we better find that out first then. Where are they gonna put a drive at? Oh, they talking about on the bypass?
There at the
Oh.
bus barn.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, because they asked permission to, well, they've always had permission to, they got permission back years ago to make the cut, they never did anything.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I gave them the watershed and how big of a can about 3 or 4 years ago. How big a one to put in there, so
The whole, what's his name?
Daryl Drew.
Yeah, Daryl called me.
Yeah, I was the one that, may have talked to Daryl and
Yeah,
find out if that's true.
but he told me that, to figure on using that can.
Oh, okay.
He wanted to know
Okay.
if we had a way
Jay,
to haul
Jay
it
went
up.
ahead and told him, I knew Jay wasn't gonna use it for anything and I didn't have a use for it, so. Well, I'll just tell Cards that we'll find that out before they could take it, if it was already promised to the school.
I I don't know who the rightful owner of that thing is. 'Cause
Well, Beatty's would be, but if they, you know, maybe they told them, I don't know if they told them when you can have it when we're done, or honestly, I don't know. All Jerry Gomes remembered was, they put it in there for their access to that field, and he said, he knows the county didn't have any rights to it. They just said, well, you guys can take it out and have it if you want it. Jerry said, never, none of that stuff, so they may have told the Cards that they could have it. I don't know. So I don't know. But,
well, if you can find out all that.
we got our planning meeting come up next week, so.
Yeah.
Well, Daryl's not on there anymore. That's right. Forgot about that. So, yeah, I mean, try to, talk to Daryl and see if they're still planning to do that. I thought about 3 years ago they was gonna do that cut. They never have. I told them what size can and everything to put in there. Deal.
What is he do? So when did Daryl call you about it?
It's been about a year ago. He
Make
couldn't
sure
get
they
back
have-
with me, and he never has yet, so.
Okay. Well, I'll try to get a hold of him, and if the Cards get back with me, I'll say, well, I gotta get a hold of him, and, because it was promised to them, if they don't want it, then they can take it. We'll go that route.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Let us know what you find out.
Yeah, I'm curious too, because Jay asked me when when we took it out, I wanted it, I said, no, and he said he didn't need it for anything, so I had no idea, he probably, just to get it out of there. But then, I don't know why the Cards didn't say something earlier about, didn't promise that. But anyway. So I'll tell them if they want to trim the trees, that's on them. I'll have Chris maybe look at ditching a little bit, get more water into that can, and as far as the big giant tank car, we'll have to figure it out. All right.
That'll work.
Whoever hooks to it first gets it.
Yeah. You got anything else under new business?
We got the resolution from me to,
Mm-hmm.
all right, what I did.
We got a resolution here officially setting a meeting schedule for the Drainage Board to quarterly meetings instead of monthly meetings. And it's just been, we've been having these meetings and there's just very seldom any issues for us to handle. So, I know we talked about going to quarterly. So if you want to do that, we'll have to adopt that resolution.
Let me see. Make a motion to approve this resolution, number 25R2, to move our drainage board meetings to quarterly, which would be third Tuesday, January, April, July, and October at 1:30.
Second.
Okay, we've got a motion by Tracy, second by Dale, to approve the, this resolution 25R2, setting drainage board meetings quarterly instead of monthly. Any further questions? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
3 ayes, Jane. Okay, do we have any other business to take care of?
Kristen?
Do you have anything for drainage board, Chris?
Oh, there's trouble everywhere. Yeah, we could go on for days. I don't think so right now.
Okay.
Move the adjourn.
A second.
We have a motion by Dale, second by Tracy to adjourn. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
3 ayes, we're adjourned. Takes care of that.